Hello everybody. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Sensei Lanka Online School. So today I'm here with a new video lesson for you for my grade 7 English medium students. Today my video lesson is a little bit special because normally I come to meet you with short video lessons about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes like that. But today I'm here with a longer lesson for you. I thought to do this longer lesson for unit number 2. Dear students, can you remember I have already completed unit number 1 in my video lesson series. Did you all watch them? If you still did not watch them, you can go to my playlist. On my YouTube channel, Sensei Lanka Online School, you can go to grade 7 playlist. There you can find my earlier videos. So, before you come to unit number 2, it is better to go through unit number 1 lesson. If you have not subscribed my channel also, it is better to subscribe. Now it is time. Please subscribe my channel and then don't forget to ring the bell icon. Then you will get all my notifications. When I upload new videos, you can watch them. You will never miss any lesson. Okay, so shall we go to the lesson? I think you can remember unit number 2. What is unit number 2? Unit number 2. Identity of Sri Lanka. That is the name. So do you know the meaning? Identity. What is the meaning of identity? Do you like to know it? Sometimes some of my students may know the meaning. But if you don't know the meaning, don't worry. Before I start my lesson, I'm going to explain you what is identity. Then you can understand the identity of Sri Lanka very easily. So shall we look at it? Today, I told you I'm going to do a longer lesson for you. You will not feel it boring because it has a lot of activities, a lot of pictures, maps, notes, everything is there. So, what is identity? Relative and specific location of Sri Lanka and rainfall in Sri Lanka. These are the topics that I'm going to cover in this longer lesson. As I said earlier, first of all, we are going to learn what is identity. Do you know that identity card? Sometimes you may not have that because you are too small. But your parents, mother or father, if you have elder sister or elder brother, sometimes they may have identity card. We are using it to show who we are. Our name is there, our home address is there. So if anyone wants to find us, they can look at that identity card and get the information. That is identity. Now do you understand? This is one definition. Shall we look at it? Shall we read it? I'm going to underline when you are reading. I think it is good for you. The set of qualities and beliefs that make one person or group different from others. That is identity. The set of qualities and beliefs that make one person or group different from others. So when we have different qualities, when we have different skin color, when we believe any religion, It is our identity. By analyzing them, people can understand who we are. People can learn who we are. So that is identity. Do you know the countries also have identity? Not only people, even the countries have identity. Do you want the Sinhala meaning? It is Ananyatavaya. Okay. So let's look at another description. For a country also, there is an identity. As I said earlier, even the countries, they have identity. Because of these features, it may differ from other countries. Do you know Japan? Do you know Japan? What is the identity of that country? Sakura flower. When we remember Sakura flower, we remember Japan. Like that. In Sri Lanka, we can connect it with Buddhism. Religious places are there. Like that, always, all the countries build up their identity. So in this lesson, unit number 2, we are going to learn the identity of our country. What are the special things of Sri Lanka? Identity of Sri Lanka. So under this lesson, I am going to explain these topics. These are the small topics that I am going to explain. Identity, when we talk about the identity of Sri Lanka, we have to know location in the world. Location, what is location? In grade 6, I have explained you. Location, the place where we are. In Sinhala Pihitima. So in the world, where is Sri Lanka? We can take a world map and understand it. So please wait, stay with me. I'm going to help you to understand it with maps. Then the longitudes and latitudes. It is a little bit longer lesson. Longitudes and latitudes. We learned it. We learned the longitudes. We learned the latitudes in my earlier lesson. In unit number 1. So if you have not watched my unit number 1 videos, please go to longitudes and latitudes lesson. There I explain you what are the longitudes, what are the latitudes, how to draw them, how to mark them correctly. So with that knowledge, you have to come to this lesson. Then only you can understand it easily. Then length and width. What is length? What is length? Digga. What is width? Palala. So we are going to learn the length and width of our country. Then oceanic area belongs to us. Do you remember Sri Lanka is an island? Because of that, we are surrounded by water. Completely our country is surrounded by water. But do we have the ownership for Indian Ocean? Is it ours? No, the Indian Ocean is not belonging to Sri Lanka. But only a part of it is ours. We have the ownership for a small amount of area. I'm going to explain it in this lesson. So stay with me. Then we are going to discuss geographical features belongs to us. I will explain what are the geographical features, and then we are going to discuss the geographical features of our country. And also, if we have time, we can discuss the rainfall also. I didn't mention it here. With the time, we can discuss it. The rainfall in Sri Lanka. So these are the topics we are going to cover in this lesson. Okay. Now, location of Sri Lanka in the world map. Location of Sri Lanka in the world map. Earlier I told you, we are going to learn the location of our country. Where are we in the world? This is it. Beautiful map is coming. Then did you watch my earlier videos in unit number 1? Can you remember the last part? I explained you the continents in the world, oceans in the world, seas in the world, islands in the world. That knowledge is necessary here. You need that knowledge. To understand this map, we need that knowledge. So now look at this map. All of you look at this map. This is a world map. This is a world map. In this world map, you can see the continents in the world in different colors. Shall we recall our knowledge? This is North America. Look at my screen. North America. Continent of North America. Then this is South America. Continent of South America. Continent of Europe. Continent of Africa. Continent of Australia, the smallest one. And then the continent of Asia. We live in Asia. So Sri Lanka, our country, is an island belonging to continent of Asia. And also we are located in the Indian Ocean. Now tell me, do you know where is Indian Ocean? This is Indian Ocean. So Sri Lanka is an island, a small island located in Indian Ocean. And also don't forget, it is a very beautiful island with a lot of resources. So now if you have a world map, you can mark and color Sri Lanka. And then you can write the name of our country. That is the way of learning. So location of Sri Lanka in the world. I'm going to explain you some more details. Sri Lanka is located in Indian Ocean. In earlier map, I showed you. Can you remember? Sri Lanka is located in Indian Ocean. It belongs to Asian continent. If you look at my earlier map, you can remember. It belongs to Asian continent. Something special. It is located closer to the Indian subcontinent. What is the meaning of it? Indian subcontinent. India is belonging to Asia. But India is a very big country. It has a very big land area. So we call it Indian subcontinent. With the size of it, we call it Indian subcontinent. So we are Sri Lanka. We are closer to. If this is India, this is our country. So now do you understand? We are closer to Indian subcontinent. That is the meaning of it. It is located in the Indian Ocean as a small island. As a small island. So now you must remember your unit number 1. What is an island? A small land area completely surrounded by water. Now look at this picture. Sri Lanka, completely surrounded by water. So we are an island. Okay. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow strip of sea. Do you remember it? Sri Lanka is separated. What is the meaning of separate? If we put hand like this, now separate. Separate. So Sri Lanka is separated from India. It is located on another place by a narrow strip of sea, which is the area that separates Sri Lanka and India. That is Pork Strait. Wait, I will show it. Look at the picture I have drawn here. Now look at my annotation here. Here, can you see between India and Sri Lanka, there is a narrow strip of sea. This is the narrow strip of sea. This one. What is this? That narrow strip of sea. Pork Strait. We call it Pork Strait. That narrow sea strip is called the Pork Strait. Remember the name and look at my picture on the screen. Then you can remember where is Pork Strait. Sometimes they will come for your exam. If they ask you to mark it, you can take a red color pencil and draw a line like this, as I did here. Then you have to write the name Pork Strait. That is how we are marking it on a map. Okay. Now it is about the location of Sri Lanka in the world. I told you this lesson is a bit longer. That's why I'm going a bit slowly. Yes. Look at this map, not like the picture that I drew. This is beautiful. So you will remember it easily. Taken from a satellite map. See, Tamil Nadu is there. Kerala is there. That part is India. And then Sri Lanka is there. We are located very close. And you can see Pork Strait here. You can see Pork Strait here. It's not a strait. Pork Strait. This area. This is Pork Strait. So remember this map. It will be useful for you to recall the things. If we have the pictures, if you look at the pictures when you are learning, you can remember easy. Now we are moving to a little bit difficult lesson. Longitudes and latitudes. Now I have a question. Do you remember what are the longitudes? Do you remember what are the latitudes? If you can't remember, you have to go to my earlier lessons. Then you can understand it. But before that, I will help you. If this is our globe, there are vertical lines drawn like this. These lines are imaginary lines, not real. We consider they are there, but in the real world, they are not there. So they are imaginary lines drawn from north to south. North to south. They are drawn vertically. They are drawn vertically. So what are these lines? Longitudes. If you take a map of the world. These are the lines, the straight lines like this, vertical lines from north to south. And then what are these? It is the second one. If I draw them like this, they are getting shorter when you come to the pole, North Pole and the South Pole. If we are coming to North Pole and South Pole, these lines get shorter. They are also imaginary lines. They are drawn from west to east. What are they? If we take a world map, we can draw them like these horizontal lines. What are they? Latitudes. So now tell me, do you remember my earlier lesson? Longitudes and latitudes. I think you can remember now. So, according to the longitudes and latitudes, where is our country? According to the longitudes and latitudes, where is our country? That is what we are going to learn now. Sri Lanka is located near the equator. You have to remember the facts. I will show the map later. Sri Lanka is located near the equator. It is located above the equator. Above the equator. Sri Lanka is located among north latitudes. So if I draw a map like this, you will remember it quickly. If this is the world map, it's not beautiful, I think. Then shall we use straight lines like this? If this is the world map, yes, we are located near the equator. Do you know the equator? The 0 latitude. This is equator. Now I am going to draw Sri Lanka. If this is Sri Lanka, we are located above the equator. Above. Can you see? We are located above the equator and also near the equator. Then we are located among the north latitudes. If we take the longitudes, they are like this. These pink color lines are longitudes. I will use green color for latitudes. Green color for latitudes. So, above the equator, if we go upwards, above the equator, they are north latitudes. So now the equator is here. Sri Lanka is above. So they are north latitudes. That is the way of understanding. Sri Lanka is located in the tropical zone. What is tropical zone? In the world, there are different zones. Climatic zones are there. So, in the both sides of the equator, close to the equator, tropical zone is there. Now, can you understand? Sri Lanka is here in the tropical zone. Sri Lanka is located in the east longitudes. Now we are coming to longitudes. If we consider this is 0 degree, Greenwich line, from this 0 to this side, they are eastern side. East longitudes are there, located in the east longitudes. In the northern hemisphere. What is northern hemisphere? Now you have to remember the earlier lesson again. If this is the equator, above the equator, this half is called. This half is called northern hemisphere. So I think you understand our location now. Look at my map and understand. Sri Lanka is located near the equator. Look at this image. It is located above the equator. This red color line in the middle is equator. We are above. Sri Lanka is located among the north latitudes. Above the equator, north latitudes are there. And also in the tropical zone. Sri Lanka is in the east longitudes. In northern hemisphere. I think it is clear for you. If you like, you can take a screenshot of this. Then you can keep it with you. If not, you can watch my lesson again and again. Yes, okay. Now we are moving to our next topic. Up to now, we discussed generally, where is our country? Where is Sri Lanka? Yes, there is a map. Look at this map now. Earlier, I drew a map. This is the real image of it. Wait 1 minute, it is coming for you. Yes. The location of Sri Lanka. In orange color, you can see the tropical zone. Equator is there in the middle. Then Sri Lanka is marked here. Greenwich line is there, 0° longitude. Then to the east of it. This is the location of Sri Lanka. This map is there in your school textbook also. So remember this. Then if we take Sri Lanka separately, not in the world map, if we take only Sri Lanka, you can see what are the longitudes and what are the latitudes. Now you all know we are located in eastern longitudes. So letter E is there. And then we are located in north latitudes. So letter N is there. Now try to understand. Here you can see 6N. That means north latitude. 6, 1. Then from 9 is here. Then here you can understand 10 is here. If this is 6, 5 is here. 5 north latitude. So between 5 and 10, Sri Lanka is located. Then 80 is here. Eastern longitudes, 80 is here. If 80 is there, 79 is here. Letter E should be there. 79. 79, 80, 81. Look at my screen. 82. Now do you understand what are the longitudes and what are the latitudes that the Sri Lanka is located in? You have to study this map and understand it. Okay. Now let's move forward. So when we discuss the location in geography, There are two types of location. There are two types of location. Can you remember? Earlier I told you Sri Lanka is an island located in the Indian Ocean. We are located close to India. We belong to Asian continent. That is one way of telling the location. Then just now I show you this map. Longitudes and latitudes are there. It is a bit difficult. We need these numbers. We need to remember the longitudes and latitudes to say where is Sri Lanka. So now do you understand? Location is in two types. What are the two? Look at this diagram. Relative location is one thing. Specific location is another thing. Specific location has another name. What is it? Absolute location. Specific location similar to absolute location. It is another name. That is why I gave you it in brackets. Now do you understand the two types of location? Relative location, specific location. If we want to tell the location of any country, we can use relative location and also specific location. So now let's learn what is relative location. Do you like to learn it? Relative location. There is a beautiful picture. Look at it. What is there? My house is the third house on the left. If one of your friends asks, what is your house? Where is your house? How can you answer? My house is the third house on the left. Third house on the left. So in this picture, can you see there are roads? There are different roads. This is one. This is another one. Far away, can you see another one to the left? So it may be that house, the third one. That is relative location. See how easy? See how easy? We are going to tell our house by using the surrounding things. How can we find the third house? We have to look at one. We have to look at the second house. And then our one is the third. So to tell the location of our house, we use the surrounding things. If your house is located near a temple, if your friend asks, where is your house? Ah, my house is near that temple. You can tell the name of the temple. So in relative location, we are using surrounding things to tell the location. It is very easy. Now, here is a good definition for you. This is a definition. In Sinhala, we say Nirvachanaya. You have to remember this definition about relative location. Now, look at this. Try to read it. Without my support, go through this definition. What is it? Showing the location of a country. Showing the location of a country based on lands and oceans in its immediate surroundings is called relative location. Now do you understand it? showing the location of a country based on lands and oceans in its immediate surroundings is called relative location. Is called relative location. Yes. Here is an example. Do you know United States of America? US or USA? America is a country. United States of America is a country with different states. It is divided into several parts. So how can we tell the location? Look at this example. The location of a place compared to another place, that is relative location. Example, if you want to find Columbus OH, you can look at this map and find it. Columbus, it is here. Look at the map. I underlined it. It is located in this Ohio state. It is in the central part of Ohio. So where is Ohio? Ohio is east of Indiana. It is located to the east of Indiana. If you know Indiana, you can find Ohio. If you know Ohio, you can find Columbus. So now do you understand? We are finding a place by using another place. That is relative location. Very easy to understand. Then specific location. Specific location. With the word you can understand it is a special. It is a special way of telling the location. That is why we say specific location. It has another name. Can you remember it now? Specific location. We say absolute location. Absolute location. Another one for that. Showing the location of a country with reference to longitudes and latitudes is called the specific location. Showing the location of a country with reference to longitudes and latitudes. That is specific location. If we use longitudes and latitudes to tell the location, that is a specific location. Very easy to understand. Here you can see the specific location of Sri Lanka. The numbers are given. You can compare it with the earlier map I explained you. And also it is here. So you can compare and find what are the longitudes, what are the latitudes. That is a specific location. Now we are coming to a very easy lesson. What is it? Length and width of Sri Lanka. Length and width of Sri Lanka. Now look at this map. What is width? What is length? We are going to learn it now. So, shall we look at what is length first? What is length? Here, if we take Sri Lanka in our country, we are using two places to measure the length of our country so that we can get the longest distance. In the northern side, we take Point Pedro. Can you see it on the map? And then to the southern side, we use Dondra Head. What is the length of our country? 432 kilometers. Remember this number. Then we are going to learn the width of Sri Lanka. The width of Sri Lanka. We are measuring the width of our country from Colombo to Sangaman Point. It is here. So what is the width of our country? 224 kilometers. Length is 432 kilometers. Width is 224 kilometers. That is the length and the width of our country. You have to remember it is a part of our identity. That's why we are learning it. Yes, okay. So now we are moving to a little bit difficult part. Sea limit zones of Sri Lanka. We are going to learn sea limit zones of Sri Lanka. What are the sea limit zones? Sea limit zones refers to the sea area belongs to any country. Sea limit zones refers to the sea area belongs to any country. These limits are defined according to certain standards. These limits are defined. Limits are identified. This area belongs to Sri Lanka. This area belongs to India. Like that, it is defined according to certain standards. There are rules and regulations. If we think this area is good for us, we can't tell that is our. There are rules, there are regulations, there are certain standards. According to them, the sea areas or the limits are given. In our country also, we have certain sea limits. Some of these areas belongs to us. Belongs to us. That means they are completely 100% ours. Some other sea areas can be used for our needs, but they are not ours. Did you see the difference? Some of these areas are ours, belongs to us, but some other sea areas can be used for our needs. We can go there, we can do fishing, we can do tourism, but that area is not ours, do not belong to our country, but we can use. So do you like to learn about them now? Before I go to the next part, I like to tell you, if you have any issue, if you have any problem, if there are anything you can't understand in this lesson, you can use my WhatsApp number. It is there on the screen now. You can use my WhatsApp number, send me a text message, or you can call me anytime I'm ready to help you. If you want to clarify anything, you can ask me. So use this WhatsApp number for that. Yes, okay, now let's go to the map. What is it? In this blue color, you can see the sea areas belonging to each country or the continent. So now we are in Sri Lanka. If we consider Sri Lanka, can you see our sea areas here? They are given in different blue colors. Sri Lanka is here. Our coastal area is there. Then here, in this area. We call nautical miles. When we take the miles or the kilometers in the sea, we say nautical miles. That is, from 200 kilometers, it belongs to our country. Then outer limit of exclusive economic zone. Exclusive economic zone. I will explain it. Then territorial sea areas are there. This is how the sea limits are defined. I will explain it. Stay with me, I will explain it easily. So sea limits. They are having different names. Territorial sea limit is one thing. Contiguous zone is another thing. Exclusive economic zone is another thing. Adjoining sea area is another thing. So we are going to learn what is territorial sea limit, what is contiguous zone, what is exclusive economic zone, what is adjoining sea area. Look at this one. Territorial sea limit. Approximate land and sea area of Sri Lanka. Territorial sea limit is the sea area belonging to our country. I think that is enough. You understand. That area is belonging to our country. Look at this. The territorial sea extends to a limit of 12 nautical miles. That is the limit. The territorial sea extends to a limit of 12 nautical miles from the baseline of a coastal state. For any coastal state, if this is our country Sri Lanka, from this coastal area up to 12 miles, 12, they are miles and we call nautical miles because it is in the sea. So any country with the coastal belt have a limit of 12 nautical miles. Within this zone, inside this zone, the coastal state, that means if it is Sri Lanka, our country. If it is India, the India. That coastal state exercises full sovereignty over the air space above the sea and over the seabed and subsoil. So, Pute, you have to understand, in this area of 12 nautical miles, we belong the sea. We belong the seabed, under the sea. We belong the subsoil. We belong the space and the sky area also. A coastal state may legislate on matters concerning the safety of navigation, the preservation of environment, and the prevention, reduction, and control of pollution without any obligation to make these rules comply with international standards. So it is our duty to protect this area. We have to protect the environment in this area. We have to stop any illegal activity in this area. The resources in this area can be used by our country, the coastal state. That country can use. Other countries cannot come into it and use them. That is territorial sea limit. I think you all understand it clearly. All the coastal states were granted the ownership of a limit of 12 nautical miles from the coast according to the International Convention of the Sea. Who gave this permission? The International Convention of the Sea. It came into effect from 16th November 1994. After 16th November 1994, International Convention of the Sea gave this idea of territorial sea limit. I think it is difficult, but you understand it now. Okay. Now we are coming to this one. Contiguous zone. What is it? Contiguous zone is an area of sea contiguous to and extending seaward the territorial sea, in which the coastal state may exercise the control necessary to prevent and punish infringements of its customs, fiscal, immigration, and sanitary laws within its territory or territorial sea. So, dear children, territorial sea is given in yellow color here. In orange color, contiguous zone is there. It is not our. Territorial sea is ours. Contiguous zone is not ours. But if any legal action is happening, we can take actions there. That is contiguous zone. Look at the picture, you can understand it. Now the third one. Exclusive economic zone. Exclusive economic zone is not belonging to our country. It is not belonging to India. It is not belonging to any other country. And also, we can go there, we can use it, but only temporary. It is not ours. Look at this. It is an area of coastal water and seabed within a certain distance of a country's coastline. If you look at this map, you can understand. In this light green color, exclusive economic zone is shown. Yes. So a country claims exclusive rights, fishing, drilling, and another economic activities. We can go to this sea area to do our economic activities, but we have to come back. After doing the economic activity, we have to come back. We can't use it anymore. Okay. Sri Lanka possesses a territorial sea of 21,500 square kilometers. Exclusive economic zone, in short EEZ, of up to 200 nautical miles, or in kilometers 370 from the coastal line. Sri Lanka has the rights to the resources in the water column, seabed, and subsurface in EEZ. Yes, that is about sea limits of our country. Now we are moving to this topic. Can you remember? I told you today our lesson is longer. It has different topics, but interrelated because all the topics are about location of our country, identity of Sri Lanka. So now, in the identity of Sri Lanka, relief features are very special. When we discuss the identity of our country, relief features are really important. So, what are the relief features and the relief zones in our country? Shall we learn it? Before learning it, do you like to learn what is relief? In English, what is relief? Relief. The Sinhala word is Bhuvishamatavaya. What is called relief in geography? In geography, A location's relief is the difference between its highest and lowest elevation. Different shapes, different heights, and other features on land are relief features. Now I think you understand. Look at this picture, then you can understand. In this picture, on the land, you can see the relief features. What are they? Mountain, glacier, floodplain, island, peninsula, ocean, river mouth, delta, river, barrier sandbar, gulf, plain, tributary, river valley, waterfall. That's enough. There are many in this picture. These are the relief features. The things we can see on the land. Relief. Naturally, they are located like that. So, we are going to learn about these relief features in our country, Sri Lanka. Okay. What are the relief features? Look at this. Here you can see many relief features in this picture. Here you can see a mountain. Here a valley is there. The plain, flatland is here. Like this, there are many relief features. In any area, we can find them. Okay. Look at this. This is a valley. This is a waterfall. So here I have given you a list of relief features. Mountains, waterfalls, rivers, lakes, plains, plateaus, valleys, spurs. There are only a few. So now we are going to discuss major relief zones in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is divided into 3 relief zones. They are divided considering the height of the area. They are divided considering the height of the area. What are the 3 relief zones in our country? Coastal plain, central hills, intermediate plain. These are the 3. When we go to the map, you can understand it easy. It is there in your school textbook also. Major relief zones. Here in light green color, you can see coastal plain. In this white color, intermediate plain is there. And then in the middle, you can see central hills. These are the 3 relief zones in Sri Lanka. Coastal plain, intermediate plain, central hills. These are the 3. You have to remember this map also. It is very useful. A lot of questions will be there for the exam from this map, from this lesson. Remember that. So according to the height of the area, coastal plain, central hills and intermediate plain are divided. Now let's go to the next part. So we can make models in geography. We can make models like this. What are the models? When you look at this picture, you can understand the models. The height can be seen very nicely. Height can be seen very nicely. How can we show the height? By using different sizes of cardboard, different thicknesses. We can show the height very easily. So now, if you like, you can make the relief zones in Sri Lanka in a model. Relief zones in Sri Lanka as a model. How can we make? Think, I am taking some books. I'm taking some books to explain. Think this book. It is the coastal plain. It is the coastal plain. Then to show another height, we take another book. This is intermediate plain. Then I'm taking another book with another thickness. It is showing the central hills. Now can you understand? In different heights, we can show different thicknesses. According to this, we can take some cardboards. Look at this picture. You have to cut off the shape of it and then make the model if you have time. If you stay with me, if you subscribe me and if you stay with me always, you can find my future videos. I'm going to make a video lesson for you to explain how to make models. I will come to meet you with that. Stay with me, then you can find that lesson interesting in the future. Yes. So here I'm going to give you an activity. You can do it when you have free time. Mark and name 3 relief zones in Sri Lanka map. You can take a map of Sri Lanka. Then you can just draw the outlines and you can color them by using 3 different colors. And then you can name the relief zones. That is the activity. Another one. Draw 5 relief features and color them. Do you know how to do it? You can draw a mountain like this. You can color it by using color pencils. Under it, you can write mountain. And then you can take brown color again. You have to use color pencils. What is this? A mountain range. If you have color pencils, you can color. You can color the area like this. If you have color pencils, you can do it nicely. You have to color. And on the top or of the bottom, you can write mountain ranges. This is the activity. Then you can take blue color pencil, blue color. If you can take blue color pencil, you can draw a river. It has tributaries like this, Atuganga. Then this is a river. You can write river. This is the activity. Like this, can you draw and name 5 things, 5 relief features? You can try it when you have free time. Yes. Then another activity, you have to go to our local syllabus school textbook. You can read it. If not, you can think and do this. There is a table. It has 3 columns. coastal belt, intermediate zone, and central hills. Then you have to write the relief features belonging to each relief zone. In the coastal belt, what can you see? You can see delta. You can see sandbars. You can see bays, lagoons, points. Like this, you have to complete this table. In intermediate plane, you can see ridges. I will write only one for each. Central hills, waterfalls. Not only this, you have to complete this whole table. Not only 5. You can write many here. Complete this table. These are some activities for you. Okay. So now we are coming to the last topic of our longer lesson. What is the last topic? Rainfall in Sri Lanka. We are going to learn rainfall patterns in Sri Lanka. So let's look at this. Sri Lanka is a country located in the tropical zone. Therefore, Sri Lanka has a higher temperature of about 27 Celsius to 30. It has no winter. Sri Lanka receives a uniform rainfall throughout the year. Uniform, equal rainfall. The rain comes in 3 ways. That is the most important part. 3 ways of receiving rainfall. Monsoon, convectional, and cyclones. These are the 3 ways of receiving rainfall in Sri Lanka. Remember these 3 names: monsoon, convectional, cyclone. So we are going to learn these now. Before that, I like to tell you, if you have any issue, if you have anything to clarify, you can use my WhatsApp number. I gave it earlier. Now I'm going to give you my Facebook page, Sensei Lanka Online School. You can go to my Facebook page. You can like it and share it if you like. And also you can chat with me there. You can send me messages. Look at my Facebook page is given here on the screen. Sensei Lanka Online School, that is the name of it. You can send me text messages there to the chat box. That there you can ask any question. Teacher, I can't understand this. Can you explain it again? Like that, you can send me any comment. If you like my lessons, you can comment. If you think this is not nice, if you want to make changes, you can tell those things. Okay? It's a kind reminder for you. Okay. Then rainfall in Sri Lanka. In your school book, it is given like this: monsoon, convectional, and cyclones. These are the 3. We are going to learn them separate. What is monsoon? It is a kind of a rain. The periodical winds that are blowing into the country. Periodical winds, that means they are coming only in one season. It has a special time period to come. The periodical winds that are blowing into the country from the directions of southwest and northeast directions are called monsoons. There you have to remember, if this is Sri Lanka, in one season, wind comes to the country from southwest. That is southwest monsoon wind. In another time, wind comes to Sri Lanka from this direction, northeast. We call it northeast monsoon. With these two winds, rain is coming. So, those are having different names. I will explain it with another picture. Before that, go through this. Monsoon rains are formed from monsoon winds. There are two types of monsoon winds. Accordingly, there are two types of monsoon rains. Two monsoon winds. With the two, there are two monsoon rains. Shall we look at it? First one, southwest monsoon rain. It comes to the country from southwest direction. It is coming in these months, May, June and July. Remember the time. This is a result of southwest monsoon winds. The water vapor that comes with this wind gives this type of rainfall. This gives a relatively high rainfall. Western and southwestern parts of Sri Lanka. Western, southwestern parts of Sri Lanka. Look at my map. Receives rainfall from this. Second one, northeast. Northeast monsoon is coming from northeastern side. Northeastern side. What is the time period? November, December and January. In these 3 months, northeast monsoon wind is coming. With that wind, monsoon rain is coming. This is a result of northeast monsoon winds. The water vapor comes with this wind, gives this type of rainfall. It gives a relatively less rainfall. Why? This wind, northeast monsoon wind, is coming from a very big land area. So it has only a few water vapor. Limited number of water vapor. So it is a dry wind. That is why it gives less rainfall. But southwest, it is coming from the sea area. It has a lot of water vapor. It gives heavy rainfall. Remember these things. That is about two types of monsoon rainfall. And how do they come? Look at this. Southwest monsoon, northeast monsoon. Look at number 1. Northeast monsoon comes to the country from this direction. They are coming across a large land area of Asian region. This wind has a limited amount of water vapor, so it gives a very low rainfall. I think you understand it now. Now come to number 2. Southwest monsoon wind. This wind comes across Indian Ocean. It contains a lot of water vapor, so it gives a high rainfall. It has a lot of water vapor, so it has high rainfall. Number 1, northeast monsoon gives rainfall to this part, northern and northeastern part. Then second one, southwest to the western and southwestern part. It gives rainfall. This is about two rainfalls, two monsoon rainfalls. This is how monsoon rain happens. In the middle, can you see, in the middle of this map, can you see Central Hills? It is a very high area. When this wind is coming, what happens? It clashes with the Central Hills. It clashes like this, clashes with the Central Hills. When it is clashing, rainfall begins. When it is clashing, rainfall begins. So look at this now. This southwest monsoon wind enters into the country and clashes with the western slopes of Central Hills. So this area receives rainfall from this. Now come to this one. Northeast monsoon wind enters into the country and clashes with the eastern slopes of Central Hills. This is eastern slope. So this area receives rainfall from it. Now do you understand what is monsoon? What are the two types of monsoon rain and how do they occur? What are the months? What are the areas that get rainfall from southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon? You have to remember all these things. This lesson is longer, that's why I told you. Now come to the next type, convectional rain. It has no special time. In any time of the year, it may be there. Throughout the whole year, there may be convectional. But normally, from March and April, we can see it. Convectional rainfall occurs when the energy of the sun heats the earth's surface and causes water to evaporate, changing to water vapor. You have to listen to me carefully. This warm, moist air then rises, and as it rises, it cools. The air reaches a point called the condensation level, where it has cooled to such an extent, then turns back to a liquid form. This process of condensation high in the atmosphere leads to development of clouds. Remember the water cycle? As the clouds continue to grow, the weight of the water droplets can eventually lead to precipitation. The rainfall starts. That is the way of conventional rain. Now let's look at a picture, then you can understand. Okay, look at this picture. Can you see the sun is here? Because of the sun's ray, this water and the land, if there are trees, what happens? The air gets heat. Then it starts evaporation. Sun heats the land and the air above. Then what happens? Warm air. Look at this red color arrow. Warm air rises, then cools and condenses, forming clouds. Rain can then occur. Normally in the morning, there is sunlight. In convectional rain, in the morning there is sunlight. After some time, it gets evaporated. Then around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, the environment gets gloomy, dark. In the evening, it starts raining. After 7 o'clock in the evening, the rain stops and the sky gets clear again. That is the way of convectional rain. I think you have seen it. Remember the month of March, April. Remember the rainfall pattern. It is a rain with thunder. It can be there in any month of the year, but especially March, April, September, October. When there is no monsoon, convectional rain becomes very strong. Remember this information. So, my dear children, now we are going to discuss the last topic. What is the last rainfall pattern? What is the last rainfall pattern? Cyclones. Actually, nothing big. Cyclone is a very strong wind. Comes with rainfall. It is very dangerous, disastrous. A cyclone is a large air mass that rotates around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure. No need to remember everything. Remember, cyclone is a strong wind, comes with rainfall. They are huge revolving storm. For the strong wind, we say storm. So the cyclones are given different names in different areas. It is a strong rainfall, strong wind with rainfall. In South Asian countries, they are using another name for it. When it goes to Japan, it has another name. Like that. The same phenomena, different names are given. Typhoon. In Pacific Ocean, if there is a cyclone, they use typhoon. In Atlantic Ocean, hurricane. Normally in the Southern Ocean, Indian Ocean, we use cyclone. In Australia, they use willy willy. Now do you understand? According to the area that it is happening, it is given different names, but the same thing. It is a strong wind, a heavy rain comes with the wind. It is a bit disastrous, damaging houses, damaging property. Yes. In Sri Lanka, we can experience this very rarely. Look at this map. October, November and December months. Normally cyclones are there in Sri Lanka in October, November and December. Do you know Bay of Bengal? Bay of Bengal is closer to Sri Lanka. In this area, because of the low air pressure, these cyclones are taking place. So we get its effect. We are affected by it because we are close to the Bay of Bengal. It is the third type of rainfall. You know now monsoon, convectional and cyclone. So my dear children, now we are at the end of our lesson. Today we discussed a lot of things related to identity of Sri Lanka. So now we are at the end of our lesson, the longer lesson. So do you have any questions? If you have any, please use this WhatsApp number. It is there on the screen now. You can clarify anything with me. Send me a text message. I will reply you soon. And then, if you have not subscribed my channel still, please subscribe me, Sensei Lanka Online School. And don't forget to ring the bell icon. If you like my video lessons, share it with your friends. I will come with another lesson. Thank you very much. Bye for now.